Going to show you guys my new favorite ab circuit. It's going to be 6 exercises, 5 of which are going to be different kinds of plank exercises. I think the 3D shape of my abs has come from isolation exercises, from kind of like planking. I used to do a lot of planks when I was younger, and I also do a lot of gymnastics as well. So that's what today's ab circuit will be dedicated to, is planks. But the last exercise, the 6th one, will be Russian twist burnout. So just as much as you can. But we're going to be doing either 20 seconds or 20 reps, depending on the exercise. And so yeah, let's start it. First, we're going to do just a normal plank, 20 seconds. Once you hit 20 seconds, you're going to rotate to the right side, to a side plank, to get those obliques for another 20 seconds. All right, hit 20 seconds. Now rotate to the left side, another 20 seconds. All right, so from there, we immediately go into mountain climbers. From there, we're going to elbow to hand plank, 20 reps. And to finish, we're going to Russian twist burnout. Just go as long as you can. Remember to keep your feet off the ground during this. Ooh. So that was one round. We're going to be doing 3 rounds total. Oh, now that finisher burns. But yeah, I designed the circuit to where like it's a really easy transition from the first 5 exercises into each other. So that's why I really like this one. It's just simple, really effective too. All right, let's get this Q&A done. Had you guys ask me some questions from Instagram. I've got like 400 questions. This is going to be the first half of the questions in this video, and then I'm going to do another video of answering the second half of the questions. RV Quarshi asked, did I play sports before bodybuilding? I actually did cheerleading in high school. I did track, soccer, and cross country too, so I did long distance running. But cheerleading, I did also 4 years of cheerleading in college too. So through my whole college career, I did cheer. So I did a lot of flips and stunting, and it was really fun. I liked it a lot. If you guys see on my Instagram, I used to do a lot of flip content. That's kind of how I got more notice, was from my flips and gymnastics. But right now I'm more focused on bodybuilding. Definitely need to do more flipping. TRVboy.Zidvin asked how to make my hair like you. I do get a lot of people asking me what my hairstyle is, if there's like a name for it, and it's just my own hairstyle. I just grow out the top a lot and have Janelle cut the sides for me. And I use like really strong hairspray. Use this one, Bedhead. And you know, just any extreme hold hairspray works really well. I wash my hair every day, believe it or not, and I blow dry it, and then what I do is I stand upside down and I spray it, and I just throw it to the side, and it does this. So it's really simple, but I'm just trying to make it flowy and let it do whatever it wants. So that's my hairstyle, called the Bjornson hair, I guess, if you want. But another person asked what my skin routine is. I used to have pretty bad acne. I don't have the best skin in the world, but I've noticed any face wash with benzoyl peroxide in it, panoxyl, works super well for me. This one has 10% benzoyl peroxide in it, and it works really well. Definitely by far the best face wash I've ever used. I use countless different kinds of face washes, and I also avoid dairy. Some people have weird skin reactions to dairy. I get a lot of acne when I drink milk or whenever I have dairy products. I would say like the #1 question that everyone asks is how to get abs, and it's a question that I get all the time in my DMs too. It's really simple, honestly. Just eating a caloric deficit over a long period of time. You just get your maintenance calories, and then you eat a little bit less, maybe 100, 200 calories less for a long period of time. You don't want to ever get shredded super fast, because you're always going to end up gaining the weight back. So if you just drop a bunch of calories and you starve yourself, then sure, you're going to lose body fat, but you're going to lose muscle as well. You can't choose where your body fat's going to go down. A lot of people wish that they can get rid of their love handles, get rid of, body fat in their midsection, but depending on your genetics, it all just goes off evenly. Some people carry more body fat in their midsection, others don't. But unfortunately, you cannot choose where to lose your body fat. Usually, typically, once you hit around 15% body fat for males, that's when you can start seeing your abs pretty good. But for me, luckily my genetics allow me to stay lean comfortably. Sub 10%, like 8%, 9% is ideal for me personally. So I guess you can say I'm pretty lucky. I don't have to, like, I can maintain my abs year round very easily without having to have a super strict diet. So I can still eat out. But the hard thing for me is to gain weight, because I've literally weighed about like 150 pounds to 155 pounds for like the past 4 or 5 years. And I've just been making very small improvements over this period of time. So if you look all the way back at my posts, like, I look pretty much the same, but maybe just a little bit better quality of muscle, maybe more muscle maturity just from training for so long. Another super quite common question is people asking me if I'm natural, and you know, if you've been following me, then obviously you know that I'm natural and I never plan to use any PEDs in the future. I just really don't see the point, because I got into fitness for health aspect, and it just basically throwing it all down the drain if I were to start taking PEDs, because it's definitely not healthy, and I'm in it for longevity. So I want to be fit and healthy as long as possible. Steroids most definitely will shorten your lifespan. So there's no point in taking steroids just to look to have maybe 10, 15 pounds of muscle. I don't see the point in shortening my lifespan just to build some more muscle. So obviously I want to do the best I possibly can naturally, which is why I'm competing in these NPC competitions, because I want to see how well I can do against people who are enhanced and eventually get my pro card. That would just be my end goal, to get a pro card without having to take any steroids. And I think that would be honestly like a lifelong achievement. I think this is a pretty interesting question. Peter_Demirov asked, how should I know if a girl likes me, bro? Like, one time I feel like they want me, next time they don't want to see me. But I think it all comes down to just being comfortable with yourself. When you're like seeking out a relationship and you think that you're going to be happier with a girlfriend or with a boyfriend, then it usually ends up not turning out very well, because you need to work on yourself. So when I met Janelle, I was like in a good spot in my life. I wasn't actually like looking for a relationship. I was already happy, and it just happens, really, like when you least expect it. So just be yourself, and like, they're gonna come to you. It's better just to not seek it out, because first you're gonna look desperate, and it's just not good. That's probably kind of why they avoid you, as you're kind of pushing too hard, if that makes sense. And for those who don't know, I've been married to Janelle for almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years this upcoming October 9th. So we've been married, we met at the gym. Next video I'll go over more about how we met and all that. What's your biggest physical and mental insecurity, and how do you deal with it? From George Health. That's a pretty good question. I think we all have our own little insecurities, but I guess for me it could be probably height. For a while I was super insecure about it, because I'm only 5'7", 5'7.5", 5'8" on a good day. But so I'm shorter than average. And when I learned in psychology, I took a psychology class, and like I learned that the number one attribute that girls are attracted to in men is height. So like if I'm short, then well, you know, I won't be attractive, basically, is what I thought. But honestly, like, this, you can't change anything about it. I do get a lot of questions of people asking me how to increase height. It all comes down to genetics. You can't really do much about it. So in the end, really just gotta own it. You know, just be yourself, and there's nothing you can do about it. So why worry? And once people see that you own it, like, I know people that are shorter than me that can pull really any girl they want. You know, it just comes down to personality, and yeah, girls will be attracted to you if you're not obviously insecure about it. And you know, some people just base their entire life on being short, and they're just angry all the time, and that just doesn't help at all. Another really common question is, this will be the last question for today's video, but what motivates me? I'll be going more into detail on this in the next video, but really all it just comes down to remembering why you started in the first place. And for me, it was more of just to build more self-confidence, because obviously I started out pretty skinny. And you know, once I started seeing progress, you know, I kind of just became addicted to it. And it does help to have progression photos to look back on, because you never really know how much progress you make until you look back and see the difference, you know, with the transformation and everything. That helps a lot, but It also comes down to discipline, because you're never ever going to always be motivated. The thing that separates people, like the average people, from like the champions and the people that actually make a difference in the fitness industry and get, you know, further into bodybuilding, are the people who are just more disciplined. Days that you feel like not going to the gym are the most important ones, because that's what separates you. So, and those end up sometimes being the best workouts, where you absolutely just feel completely exhausted, or you just feel lazy, you don't feel like going to the gym, and you go anyway. You know, that's going to make the biggest difference. It really comes down to intrinsic motivation, like why did you start in the first place? And I also like to help inspire people. That's the main reason why I made this account in the first place, is to basically inspire people from my story and my transformation, and how, you know, fitness has changed my life, and with building my self-confidence, my self-esteem, but also being able to give back. That ends the Q&A. That's the first half of the questions. I'll be answering more questions in the next video. If you guys have any other questions, you can just comment down below, and I'd love to answer any other questions you might have that I didn't go over on here. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching to this point, and we'll see you next time.